Hey, good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you a daily word for men for November 13th, 2024, Wednesday. And the word for today is regarded. Notice how the lilies of the fields grow. They do not labor, nor do they spin thread for cloth. Yet I say to you that not even Solomon in all his glory clothed himself like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass of the field, which is alive today and tomorrow is thrown into the furnace, will he not much more clothe you? And that is from Matthew 6, verses 28 through 30, New American Standard Bible. Consider nature, says Jesus. Look at what occurs around you and see God in it. How does he take care of the sparrow and the flower? God is active in our lives far beyond what we realize. Yes, we are really important to him, even down to the few hairs left on our heads. Would the Father send out the Son to die for which he did not seem critical? He would not. He could easily have left us to our own demise. It would not have taken long. What we see is a God who views us as his own. He created us and came to us. That we have been regarded by him should also cause us to be mindful of his great work for us. Observe how he has regarded you in all that is around you, in both nature and in people. What do you see of God in nature and people? Well, there's a theory of the maker, that there has to be an ultimate maker, and I really believe that. And when you think of the size of the universe, the billions and billions of galaxies, trillions of stars, solar systems, and this all was from God's will. He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And the universe is light. When gravity forces things together and they heat up, you have light. And so the universe itself is God's will, and he sustains us by his grace. You can never run out of grace. God produces it, and it never it goes down. He has grace to sustain everything in the world and more. So, for me in nature, seeing the oceans, I grew up in a coastal state of Rhode Island. Seeing that and working on an island out in the Atlantic that was part of Rhode Island called Block Island, or the town of New Shoreham. And it's absolutely beautiful. Then you drive 6 hours in the summer when it's 86. You go up Mount Washington in New Hampshire, and you got a blizzard on the top of Mount Washington. I've done that. And we see in each person, and God has told us this, each person is the image of God. And he told us that whatever you do for them, you do for me. And doesn't take a degree in a PhD in electrical engineering to know that if you see someone poor who's hungry, that's God too. Not only the successful people throwing parties. Just remember the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. You know, the rich man was never thought of him, never had him in his life, never thought to go out and offer him food. He didn't do anything really against him, but that was enough to put Lazarus in hell. I mean, the rich man in hell. And all he wanted was a drop of water on his tongue from Lazarus. And the scripture says that Lazarus rested in the bosom of Abraham. And then the guy said, please let me tell my brothers, change their ways. And he said, no, God's told you how to act. And if you haven't done it by now, no. So every single thing, I'm looking right now, I'm looking at succulents. I have a jade plant. How beautiful that is. I have so many different plants. I love to see them grow, and soon I'll be starting my, in the Bible they speak of the mustard seed. For me, since I don't really know anything about mustard seeds, I think of a tomato seed. How tiny that is, and if you put it in good soil and feed it, how big it will be, and how you can get tomatoes like that. And that's God in nature. That's God in nature providing the things that we want to eat. In the Garden of Eden, they had everything they needed. They didn't need clothes, so they didn't have to waste any time on that. They could eat anything they want except for one thing, which is the thing that they ate. So I wish you all a very good November 13th, and talk to you tomorrow.